One other thing that came out yesterday, the folks at joebucksfan.com sent this to me. Bruce Arians, the former Buccaneers head coach, who was assistant to the regional manager or something like that in 2022, he was on with Rich Eisen talking about a couple of things. I mean, one thing that I wrote about last night that, he pointed out that Tom Brady wasn't the real Tom Brady last year. We all knew that, but it's still jarring to see someone from the organization come out and basically say, we stunk because Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady, and he wasn't Tom Brady. It just makes me wonder, and this is a topic for another day, is Tom Brady really going to come back at some point? Because I'm still keeping one eye on that possibility. But the thing that really seemed odd to me, Myles, in reconciling what went wrong last year and the ultimate decision by Todd Bowles to move on from offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, Arians said that their philosophies just didn't match. Well, wouldn't Arians have known that from the get-go before he tried to hand the baton to Bowles? And as you were saying before we even got started today, Arians' philosophy is Leftwich's philosophy. So if Leftwich and Bowles don't match, ipso facto, Arians and Bowles don't match, but they made it work for a long time together. So I don't think it's quite that simple. And all of this presumes that what happened last year when Arians walked away 17 days after Tom Brady ended his 40-day retirement was a choice by Arians to say, this is the perfect time to name my successor. I still believe that wasn't what really happened. And maybe that's the only way to make sense of what he said to Rich Eisen. It really wasn't an attempt to pass the baton. It was, he's being nudged aside. He's getting the Robert Dunder door closed on him. So Todd Bowles runs the offense, Byron Leftwich and defense. Byron Leftwich and Tom Brady run the offense, and Bowles is the guy who's got the head coach title. But it's basically the same as it had been, just without Bruce Arians there as the go-between between offense and defense.
Right, which, I mean, the whole thing was weird. And I said it at the time last year that there's something about it that just didn't feel right to me when you just have a guy leave in the middle of March and then all of a sudden the guy promoted is just the permanent head coach. I mean, and I don't mean this in a disparaging way of Todd Bowles. It's just, what is that process? That process doesn't make any sense. And so now you have Todd Bowles going about it in a way that he basically gets to have his own staff, right? And it's not just Bruce Arians' staff that's passed down to Todd Bowles, even though Bruce Arians, the whole thing that he was talking about was succession is important to me. And I have all these assistants and I don't want their lives to be upended just because I'm not there anymore, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know, like I said, the whole process was strange, but then you get the results that we saw last year. And, whether it's injuries, whatever, Tom Brady is who he is, and he's, completing all these passes, but you can't run the football at all. And so, I mean, we didn't say that Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady, but at the same time, when you can't run the damn ball, you don't even have the threat of a run game, what exactly is your quarterback supposed to do? And it was so many times, 3 quarters, no offense, no offense, no offense. And then, oh yeah, here comes Tom Brady. He's going to pull the rabbit out of his hat again. So whether it's philosophical differences, whether it was personnel, whether it was this, whether it was that, it just obviously did not work for the 2022 Buccaneers. And we'll see if Todd Bowles can now fix it with his own choice for offensive coordinator.
And I feel like Bowles may only have one more year. I mean, one thing about the Buccaneers, they are not patient with head coaches. They don't get a lot of scrutiny when it happens, but they cut the cord quickly on coaches. And you pointed it out. It was just kind of a weird forced marriage last year that happened too late for the Buccaneers to go out and search for someone else. Maybe they never would have been all in with Bowles, regardless of how it came to be. Whether it's Arians choosing to do the handoff at a time when it was too late to do a full-blown search, or Brady agreeing to come back with the unspoken "who will rid me of this meddlesome Arians" arrangement. Either way, ownership may have got saddled with a coach that they wouldn't have hired. So I think he's got this year to do something to prove that he should be the guy going forward. And we talked about the Rams, the bill comes due. For the Bucs, this is the year the bill comes due. And I got some Buccaneers fans that correspond with me via email who are up in arms about the fact that Brady's going to count for $35 million under the salary cap this year, even though he's not there. Kyle Trask is going to be the quarterback by all appearances. This is what happens when you have those fleeting golden years, in the literal golden years of Tom Brady's career, it's going to end. And there's going to be a bill to pay. There's going to be pain on the back end. I remember when the Vikings had Brett Favre for a year or two. 1 year was magical. The second year sucked. And then it's Christian Ponder and Joe Webb as your quarterback, right? So that's what's going to happen to the Bucs, and their future is going to be determined at some point beyond 2023, Myles. But I don't expect them to be very good at all this year. And if they are, it's going to be coach of the year type stuff for Todd Bowles.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe they do go after a mid to lower tier veteran guy at quarterback. I mean, Derek Carr is kind of out there, and I don't know if they can make that salary work for him, especially considering what Brady counts against the cap. But, you have Kyle Trask. And again, it's not like the same guy is going to be coaching him up, but at the same time, you've been at least seeing him in the building for the last couple of years. Maybe he did suck up something from osmosis from Tom Brady. I don't know, but it's I don't feel good about the Buccaneers going into the 2023 season. I just don't.
Hopefully, if you picked up anything by osmosis, it wasn't posting photographs of yourself in your underwear on social media.
Nah.
The Derek Carr angle is fascinating because there's some chatter out there, unsubstantiated chatter, that a certain former head coach who once was in the team's Ring of Honor may be pushing behind the scenes for the Buccaneers to bring Derek Carr to Tampa because said coach still has an office in a strip mall somewhere. The Fired Football Coaches of America Foundation or whatever it is that he calls the thing. But Jon Gruden's got that relationship with Derek Carr, and that would be very interesting if the Bucs get in on it. But frankly, I think the existence of the relationship between Gruden and Carr is all we need to know, that they're not going to want Carr in the building, because Gruden is public enemy number one in Tampa based upon the contents of some of those emails he sent, some of the things he said about Buccaneers ownership. If you got any connection to Gruden whatsoever, you need not apply for Buccaneers employment. Myles.
Well, I guess that would be true. Yeah. I mean, it's not just that Derek Carr is connected to Gruden, though. I mean, there's stuff where I think Derek Carr is a good leader. And I think that he showed that, despite the fact that Gruden had to resign based on all of those emails. And then, there was the Henry Ruggs situation and all those different things. But him going to a new system, especially for somebody in Todd Bowles who is ostensibly kind of maybe coaching for his job in 2023. Do you really want to saddle your fortunes on the back of Derek Carr like that and learning a new system and all that? I don't know if I'd want to.
I mean, the question is, how good do you want to be? And maybe they do want to go through a year of pain and lay the foundation for a better future, kind of a soft tank. I've used that term at PFT, and it makes some Buccaneers fans upset because, every team wants to think every year they're going to try to win the Super Bowl. But this would be an ideal year to just embrace the suck, as some would say, be bad, get a high draft pick, and try to get a quarterback that's going to lay the foundation for more than a couple of years of asses in the seats, somebody who becomes a long-term answer, which they really have never had. The closest they ever had to a guy they drafted who panned out was Jameis Winston. And how did that work out? 5 years, and then he was gone, and Tom Brady was in. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.